endlessly searching for an original
Jimmy Hall, I Fear Gus, Death, Haruken, Viper's Sword, Big Chief Fuzzy Beard, Laser 69 Beam, and Numbskull. Everybody who's everybody's in the fucking chat. Ken Bator, Trez Silverwolf, Trez Silverwolf is there as well. Purple Jink, Philip Daniel, Kekistani Umbrian, Dark Suzuki, Hisco, Tills, and somebody who I need to give a wrench. Jimbo, there you go, mate. Jimmy Hall, what's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me, Purity Sin? No?
If I don't mute myself, I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. Now, if only my XSplit wanted to work, how are you doing, Bear dear?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Just relaxing, having a cigarette. Was headbanging. Then we had to start the stream. A shame, I know.
I know. Always have to ruin a good song with actual streaming.
I know. I know. Are you dual streaming this shit? Is XSplit being gay for you?
It won't show my my chat for Twitch, which is very odd. But it's been doing that since the last update. Seems like they don't want to work together.
Is one using Restream?
Yeah, I'm using Restream, yeah.
Are you using the special chat box designed for Restream?
No, because XSplit will just send it directly. It's just XSplit acting up.
Oh, okay. Well, OBS is obviously far superior then.
I see how it is. Already beginning making fun of my stuff.
Well, I'm just saying XSplit is for the gays, OBS is for the winners.
Well, then why aren't you using the XSplit?
Hey! Because I'm not 100% gay.
Oh, I see. So you have to use like a half XSplit, half OBS?
No, OBS is for the, bisexual, openly biracial master race.
Oh, I see. So they're very diverse.
Yeah, yeah. And it actually works.
Fair enough.
Unlike XSplitter. Oh dear. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Purity Sin. She's a gaming channel with, is it 48,000 subs you have?
I believe so. Let me double check right now. I don't really throw subs around. I don't think it's too necessary.
I don't think they'd appreciate that, to be honest. Well, some of them might.
I can throw some things around.
Well, I know you do have a very high sex pest fucking fan base I've seen. But then again, my lot are a bunch of degenerates anyway, so...
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just an innocent Christian channel.
Your channel is not a Christian channel. Mine is a Christian channel. Yours, on the other hand.
Almost 49,000 subs.
Oh, I'll just rub it in my face, why don't you?
Oh, guys, go sub to the poor, pitiful little bearing wannabe. I'm sorry, the chat has to call you that.
Are we playing that card already, are we?
They started immediately with that.
Fucking furry. Is that what your subs called me?
Well, one of them said, please call him bearing, it makes him angry.
Let me have a look at your chat real quick.
That's over on Twitch. You have to go show some hatred to Twitch.
Fuck that. Twitch is the paedophile website. As established by Drunkard Uncle, and Sinatra says.
Well, I mean, doesn't it have Logan Paul on it now?
Exactly. It also has that fucking little retarded manlet on there, so...
Which one? There's a lot of them.
There's only one super retarded little manlet.
Oh, you mean Destiny. The one that has the FBI knocking on his door?
Yes, Destiny, yeah.
I can't believe
freak that he is.
He actually... I want to know if he really did have the FBI or he's just talking shit.
I don't know.
Oh, now they want to call you Armored Bearing Clone.
Yeah, that's Leaky Monkey. Go fuck yourself, Leaky Monkey. Cheeky little fucking twat. So, Purity Sin and I have been exchanging the bants on the Twitter for, I don't know now, how long for?
A couple of months.
But only really kind of like engaging with each other in the last couple of days. And we decided that we'd stream together and Purity Sin would educate me on her disgusting little corner of YouTube.
Well, I mean, if you really want to know about porn games, I could teach you everything you want to know, especially how to moan.
When you say porn games, you mean hentai games?
Yes, we also call them adult games. That's mostly what in the developing groups, that's what they call them, is just adult games.
I already know how to moan like a hentai girl.
Oh, please do it.
Oh, yeah.
See, you're going Japanese. You have to go American. Oh, baby. Oh.
Stop it. This is a
And
Christian
we've just
channel.
lost monetization.
I don't have my streams monetized anyway.
See, there you go. You can, guys, who wants to hear him moan more?
See, the thing is, unlike, you know, your little corner of YouTube where you get sponsorships and monetization, we don't.
We don't get that much monetization, and I've maybe gotten one sponsorship, and that ended rather quickly.
Oh, well, I quite like the sponsorship aspect a lot because it's kind of like Patreon in a way.
Well, have you tried FameBits?
I did, but I'm not the kind of creator that gets sponsorships.
Well, I mean, neither am I, and I've had a few people ask for me to do commercials for them. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
you
because sex
put it out there.
sells, Purity Sin, right? Fucking nationalism, right? And the amount of racism on this channel, right? It's not helping me. Have you ever watched the Ghost Poo podcast?
I've not watched your podcast. I'm usually really busy, and I feel terrible about that.
See, if you watch the Ghost Poo podcast, you wouldn't want to sponsor us either.
Well, this is how you get sponsorship. All you just have to start saying is America, fuck yeah, and they'll come running to you.
I do say that quite a lot.
Then there's a problem. You're just not being sexy enough.
I'm a man. I can't be sexy.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've seen Bible Black. You should really watch the English dubbing. It's something of magic.
You're speaking to Dectran.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. I was trying to say this to you earlier, right? You have pussy privilege.
Hey, I worked hard for it. Unlike most women that just cry and complain, I'm busy working on animations and comic books.
I never said you didn't work hard. I did point out that, you know, unlike booby streamers and cosplay girls, you actually put work into your channel.
Well, I tried to. Because I'd
Rather than
actually,
just
believe
sat
it or
there.
not, like to become a cartoon writer for children's cartoons, as silly as that sounds.
The sex pest wants to write children's cartoons.
I actually did do 2 different cartoon pitches for Disney, and they didn't like the message for one of them, which was if you work hard, then it doesn't matter what you look like, that you can achieve your dream. They said that was not a message they wanted to give to children any longer.
Oh, so they don't believe in meritocracy anymore.
Nope. They believe in, I guess, whine, complain, and you'll get what you want.
Ah, I see. It's a shame, really. Disney used to be such a magical place. Now it's full of SJWs. So, Purity said that the purpose of this live stream was for you to educate my ass on your corner of YouTube. Do you want to go ahead and school me?
Well, you've got to start asking questions first.
All right, well, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Purity Sin, and I'm also called Tia. I do Let's Plays from anywhere from normal games to adult games. I started doing this actually to piss off an ex of mine, and I ended up enjoying it a lot. And I also write comic books. I'm currently working on my first released one called Chaotic Stories, and I write for animations of my own creation with a group of fantastic animators. So I'm not sure where I really fit in the YouTube community.
From what I've seen from your channel, you tend to do like a lot of gaming streams.
Yes, on the main channel, yes. I have a second channel where I do readings of books. Like right now I'm doing Frankenstein, and we'll probably be doing The Last Unicorn or something like that next, depending on what the fans vote for.
Hmm. Oh, okay. And how's your second channel doing at the moment?
Not very good. It's just starting to grow. It just hit 1,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, the whole YouTube punishing smaller creators, which I kind of understand why they did it. It's kind of halted it because unfortunately when you're a smaller channel, they don't really put your stuff out on the search very much.
Yeah, I get you. When that first came out, I was 50-50 on it. You know how they kind of like made it so you need 4,000 hours worth of watch time, 1,000 subs and all that kind of stuff, because it's very difficult to grow without monetization, because that's how the algorithm was built.
Yeah, and I think one of the major things that is really annoying is you can't even get help from YouTube unless you're monetized, which means if smaller channels have any issues, they can't go to YouTube's help anymore.
Yeah, and you need 100,000 subs to actually speak to them.
Yeah, it's insane. I can understand why they did it because they're doing it the way a lot of partnerships do it, but at the
Mm.
same time, they're not a partnership. Why, you know, why make it harder for smaller channels unless you're just trying to drive away people from using your platform?
Well, the thing is as you probably know, you need only type your YouTube handle into YouTube. I can do it with mine, where I will find these channels that basically steal everyone's content and just upload the entire video. It has nothing else. They steal the thumbnail, they steal the video, they steal all the tags. They copy the exact same description and they upload it to their channel in the hopes of getting a few dollars. I know there's a lot of like Indian accounts that do that kind of shit because they do that kind of shit to like the Rex Feminist compilation channels.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
to take down a couple of channels for doing that with my videos. I'm like I said, I can understand why they did it because it kind of stops that kind of thing. But at the same time, I think they should look at leeway, sorry, for channels that have been around for a while and have been trying to grow, especially animation channels and things like that, because they do shorter videos because animation takes a very long time, even just a minute of animation. So if
Mm.
you're putting up a video that's a minute long, what's going to happen? You're not going to get those hours.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, to be fair, the animators have always been fucked on YouTube.
Yeah.
They've always been fucked. Now it'd be even harder to do. Uh, I don't even know how people could go about it to make life easier for themselves. Because I remember, you know, Sci-10 Atheist, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody accused him of putting no effort into his content. So he uploaded a time lapse of him just drawing one character. And it was sped up to maximum and the video was well over 10 minutes long. So, you know, he must have been there for a long time just drawing the character. But I think they did it as well because you get a lot of these pedo channels on YouTube who use very, very special code. I remember Pyrocynical exposing this in their titles and tags and stuff. And obviously all the terrorist content as well. And to get to get that monetization, they'd have to put in some serious effort without getting shut down. So it's kind of it's kind of good in that way, but fucks the actual genuine creators at the same time. Because with my second channel, for example, Irate Alex is my basic bitch reaction commentary channel that I'd have. I'm a long way off with that. A long way off.
Well, I mean, I can see one way of YouTube fixing it would be to maybe make a workshop or something where smaller YouTubers could actually come in or contact YouTube and talk to them. But the problem with that is there's so many smaller YouTubers and just YouTubers in general, it makes it harder to be able to work with everyone. It's really a lose-lose, especially from what I understand with the whole pedo thing. They didn't actually get rid of the channels or the videos. They just put them in different languages because people have been finding the same exact video just with its like name in a different language. So YouTube's just not even bothering. They're just lazily changing things so they don't have to fix anything.
Yeah. It's because they don't want to spend much money. I remember when I first kind of like joined up, started doing YouTube and kind of like found out that Google was pretty much just breaking even with YouTube. And I imagine now they're just decimating their accounts with YouTube. And considering they've had to hire thousands and thousands of people recently and had to hire out entire companies, in fact, to review content that's been flagged for demonetization, they're a long way off. They are a long way off. And the only real way to take down all of these disgusting channels is for much bigger creators to find them and hunt them and make videos about them and then direct their fan base to flag them down.
It would be nice to see maybe YouTube work with the bigger creators on that kind of thing that they could actually trust. But then the
Yeah.
problem comes with the same thing with YouTube Heroes, where it was a good idea because people could go and flag it and say, this is offensive. But then you just need that one person that's going to see a video that they don't agree with and go, that's offensive, take it down. And we know YouTube won't even check it. Even their manual review, from what I understand, is they watch 2 seconds of the video and most of the time will still confirm that it's unsuitable for advertisers. It's like they
Yeah,
come up
I've
with a
had
good
similar
idea and then they
experience
just
with that.
half-ass it.
I know creators who have click the review button, and they've gotten a review back within, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, considering, there's probably thousands of creators every minute pressing that fucking button, and it's come back and gone, no, demonetized. Or, even in my personal case where I've tried to monetize a video, it's uploaded immediately, yellow symbol. And I'm like, okay, I'll put it unlisted and I'll request a review and I'll wait. And then 2 seconds later, it's green again for some strange reason. So I make it public and then the next day it's been demonetized.
Well, I've noticed, especially with my videos, I get the same thing. Now, apparently, what YouTube's been doing is they're actually removing thumbnails from videos. And I've noticed that happening a lot.
I've not seen that.
It's happened a few times with my stuff, and they weren't... One of them was just a thumbnail of my puppy. And first they said it was not advertiser friendly, which made me laugh because, again, it was just a video of a little puppy running around. And then they kept removing the thumbnail of it. And I'm like, I don't think she's offensive. I mean, she's black and white. I guess that would be... Are Dachshunds offensive because they're German?
It's that fucking bot. The bot's retarded.
Oh, God, yeah. Have you ever... I love it when we now know when there's going to be an update for YouTube because it just loses its shit and just shuts down, basically. Yeah,
YouTube has a massive fit whenever there's a new algorithm change. Like the other night, for example, when YouTube just wouldn't work for anybody, I couldn't get on my channel. I had to go through the icon in the top right and click on Creator Studio to get actually into my dashboard.
Did they ever say what that update even was, or it hasn't been announced yet?
I saw Team YouTube. They did because people were asking them about it. And they said, oh, we're just trying to fix it. But we know that every time they do that, there's a change happening.
Like the last video I saw them was trying to explain the notification button thing. And it amazes me how stupid they are. Also, they have no idea where to put their mic, and that's kind of funny.
There's another thing. You mentioned notifications.
Yes, they did a video. Have you seen that video yet?
Yeah, I'm so fucking annoyed. Like, you now have to subscribe twice to creators. Basically, click the subscribe button and then press the notification button. What if I just want to sub to somebody?
Oh, no. Now you can't have too many people hit that notification button because you'll get punished if too many people have hit it.
$2 from Ragnarok of Hertz. Thank you so much. Dogs are offensive to Muslims, don't you know?
Oh,
he has
poor
got a
little
point,
Nico.
actually. He has got a point. The Muslims don't like the dogs.
But now you can't have too many people hit the notification button, and from what I understand, and they said it themselves, it'll only send a select few people the actual notification email that you put up a video or that you're live streaming. Yeah. What's the point of the button then, if you're going to get punished for fans using it?
Exactly. It's fucking retarded. YouTube's retarded.
They need to do a whole wipe and a whole new hire and maybe shut down the site for a day and actually fix it, but they'll never do that. There's no way.
No, of course they won't.
And you have to feel bad for the people that work there that actually do want to try to make a difference.
Yeah, but they can't express their opinion. We all saw what happened to James Damore.
Yeah.
I know he works for Google, but it's YouTube still under Google.
Yeah, I'm still wondering how Google thinks it's a good idea to have the CEO of YouTube, because she seems like a diversity hire, to put it nicely.
The thing that the CEO of YouTube is one of them. So, yeah, don't be surprised,
when I first heard her voice, I went, oh my god, my Valley Girl voice actually exists. Like, oh my god, I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to fix YouTube. And it's totally not going to do a damn thing, but you're going to think it does. How do you do that kind of a voice at that age and be serious about it?
YouTube wants mainstream bullshit, right? They want to be a platform like Netflix and Amazon Prime, but I think they also want the gay fucking cookie cutter nice content, the toy review channels, the fucking cancer, like fucking the bloody, what are they called again? I forget their name. The twins. No, not twins, are they? The blonde pair of pricks. What are they called again? I forget their name.
Not sure.
You know who I'm on about? The fucking, we found a dead body.
Oh, the Pauls.
Mm.
Yeah, no, fuck them.
The Paul brothers
and the
Rice Gums and...
I understand YouTube has a kids area, and I understand let the kids have their area. If YouTube was smart, they'd have the YouTube Kids area, and then they'd have something like YouTube Adult area, where adults only can go over there and enjoy more adult programming, adult opinions, adult type of games, that kind of stuff, because that would make them a ton of money. They don't seem to understand marketing to just kids or doing stuff for just kids won't make you money. Kids don't spend the money, parents do, but parents aren't going to like it if the stuff isn't, interesting to them.
Mm.
As
$5 from Ragnarok Ufhat, sorry to interrupt. Also, a new third step, on into your personal notification settings and set it to alert every time. So sub, hit the bell, set your setting to alert every time. Thank you, mate.
That's so stupid and convoluted.
It's fucking retarded is what it is. Whatever happened to the days of just subbing to somebody and then checking your subscription feed the next day looking for the, hoping that you'd see a new video from your favorite fucking creators?
Well, that would be too simple, and we can't make things simple for you. We have to try to aggravate you so that you'll go somewhere else so we can close down YouTube and say it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube wants to watch their back, because Twitch is on its way up.
Well, I think the whole thing that really started YouTube's downfall is when Viacom sued them, and instead of fighting back, which they should have, they basically crumbled to Viacom and started doing like the bots and stuff like that to try to catch stuff. That's what really, really started it.
Well, I would disagree. I would say it was the Wall Street Journal's fault.
Well, that too, but from what I understand, they started doing the bots to automatically catch videos and stuff like that during the Viacom lawsuit way back when. Which is funny because now Viacom wants to work with YouTube, and it's like, what?
Yeah, imagine my shock.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're fucking bent to their will. So I think we've got off topic a bit. Just a little bit. End up just slagging off YouTube instead. Look, the reason why we moan about YouTube is because we actually give a fuck about YouTube. We care about it that much that it genuinely stresses creators out. It winds me up. It really does fucking annoy me. But so your main channel, Purity Sin, is like gaming content. You do a lot of streams and stuff. You've done very well for yourself.
Yep. It's because, as a joke, I want to say a year ago, I did a game called Princess Trainer. And a fan had asked me to do it, and I was like, okay. No idea what it was at the time, and I found out, oh my god, it's porn. And the game was interesting. It was surprisingly really well written, and it seemed to bring in a lot of people who had never seen the game before or had never seen a Let's Play of it. To the point the actual creator of it hunted me down, was emailing me, sending me messages on Twitter and stuff like that. And I started getting other developers who were like, I do an adult game, but I can't get anybody to check it out. Do you mind doing a video? And because I was already doing indie games, I was like, all right, I don't mind showing these games off. And the more I did it, the more people seemed to like it. And I figure I can help developers who don't normally get noticed, who are actually really good. And I can help fans that want to look for these type of games.
And you've been trying to convince me to do what you do.
Oh, I think it would be hilarious. I could show you some games you'd have a lot of fun in.
But the thing is, this channel is not for that kind of content.
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we change his channel to be an adult channel?
An adult games channel. I started off making like anti-SJW, like response videos to feminists and shit, and like Black Lives Matter tards and stuff. And it's evolved in the last 6 months or so, where I've started taking a much deeper political interest. In things like actual issues like free speech and stuff. And before I carry on, Rothvik Solvanti, $10, thank you so much. Hi Bear, just thought I'd tell you my dumb Borka quit after making a big stink about how the people who worked here for years got a raise and he didn't. He's only been here 2 months. Roll over, fucking laughing. Ah, shit, Rothvik, thank you so much. Rothvik used to work with this like really salty bitch of an SJW type.
Oh, I'm so sorry for him.
Constantly whinging. And he was giving me updates with this guy. Oh, fucking, it was really funny. I'm glad he's out of your hair now, because I think even his boss hated him.
It amazes me, as somebody who used to be in the workforce, I'm not exactly that young. I saw them when I was working and stuff. I had a boss like that, and it was just like, you don't like your job, do you? Also, hi to my chat. I'm not ignoring you guys. I love you all.
Yeah, I mean, this channel's for political content. I couldn't just change content over here. You know, I talk about free speech. I talk about problems in the world that I give a shit about. The Islamification of the United Kingdom. You know, I talk about mainstream politics. I talk about American politics. I talk about British politics. I speak about the Islamification of Europe itself. You know, I cover all these different types of topics because I care about them deeply. I don't think my subs would be quite happy with that. I'd be better off starting another channel. Do you know how many channels I've had? I've had more channels than you've had hot dinners. I will admit.
Well, like I was saying, you don't have to change your channel around. You can always do a stream of just like a chill game like what I was doing with Stardew Valley, where you can talk about politics or you can talk about just different things with your fans. You can even do it as a Patreon goal. It's good to put like a couple of different things on your channel every so often, just because it brings new people onto your channel, and they may start watching your political stuff and go, he's got a point. Because I'm a gaming channel, and I watch your stuff for the political and all of that, and well, you know, even if you put games on there, again, you'll get gamers who are watching your gaming stuff once or twice, and then they'll check out your political stuff, and that might open their eyes. Because a lot of gamers are actually surprisingly political. You should see my Discord. Trust me, the political section is always lit up.
Purity Scene, would you mind carrying the stream for just a moment, please?
Oh, sure.
I have an urgent message I need to address quickly.
All right, I can just talk to everyone. All right, so hi guys, I'm going to take over. Irate Bear's now been fired. I'm taking his channel. How are you all doing? Foxy without the accent. Oh, you want me to do like an accent? I can do a southern accent. I mean, if you really want to, darling, I can give you that kind of an accent. Stop outing me as a shit poster. No, Minuteman, you are my loving little shit poster. Also, guys, go check out Irate Bear's Patreon. Go show him some love. He really needs it. It is nice to meet you, Jacob. My chat is being terrible and not talking. I'm punishing them for this. 32 and 64 versions. Let's see.
Guys, if you have questions for Purity Sin, please don't be afraid to ask her.
Yeah, ask away. I don't mind answering questions. Hostile takeover. It's not hostile if he just gives it to me, darling. You sound fun. I try to be. I'm very much relaxed. I do get angry when I start ranting, and there's a few times in streams that they've seen that. Yes, Americans are finally taking over England. It kind of seems like we need to. Y'all are kind of messing up there. You haven't done the Brexit yet. He does. Irate Bear really needs some love. If you guys are on my channel, if you haven't checked him out, I've been a fan of his for a while. I do enjoy him a lot. Stop calling him not bearing. You subbed to robo-bearing. This is going to become a thing, isn't it? Yeah, rate his stream, guys. Rate it. When the queen of all sinners won't notice you except for the orange trainer videos. I notice you, Lord Meltzer. I saw you did voice acting. What kinds of projects have you done? I voice acted for a couple of cartoons. I've done some minors. I've also done some minor voice work for some animations, or for some video games. The one I'm best known for right now is Huntsman the Orphanage, because that was where I was a main voice. I'll be voice acting in another game soon that'll be on Steam, and unfortunately I can't talk about it until I've finished work on it. And I'm going to be voicing in a couple of YouTube animations, and I'm always open to work. I don't cost very much. In fact, I'll do some voice work for free if it's a new animator that needs it. I just enjoy getting to voice. I think it's a lot of fun. Shouldn't continue Let's Plays of Sonic Inflation Adventure. I will put that on my list. That won't actually be the weirdest game that I've done, trust me. You should see some of the games these people request. Sub D, thank you for the sub. Why did you put the Discord? Oh, did somebody ask for it? Okay. You're switching between both streams. You can just pop out both chats, you know, and just have one stream going. Goat head girl. It's a unicorn, but the way my artist draws her, everybody thinks it's a goat. I swear I'm going to have him draw her as a goat one day or as a deer, just to be funny.
Really, really sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine.
I just had my anxiety set off, so...
It's fine. Things happen.
Sorry, it'll just take me a second.
I can keep them busy, no worries.
Can you just do that for a second, please?
Yeah. I'll give you guys my Discord link. Give me one moment, please. Or if one of my guys can hop over to Irates and do it, I'd be really thankful. Minuteman, go do your job. Have you seen the other Star Wars Trainer games menu image? Was there something I forgot to censor, Lord? If I forgot to censor something, please let me know. It might have been a mistake. So $5 from Rothvik. Purity, you sound like a very respectable individual. I try to be. You should play off. I might. I've actually seen that game a couple of times. A couple of Let's Players I enjoy have played it. It's a fun game. Europe will end in a civil war. That's actually what I've been saying. I'm kind of surprised Europe and Germany and them have been allowing what's been going on. In fact, I'm quite curious why the hell Germany re-voted in Merkel. That seemed a little weird to me.
But the thing is with the German election, they didn't really vote her back in. Kind of, she had to form a fuck me, the word escapes me. Coalition government, I believe.
Coalition government?
Yeah, with the other party, I believe. I don't think they got enough votes for a majority.
Oh, because like. I was surprised when I saw it in the news that she was elected back in. Or, of course, that's what they would say, but I was like, have the Germans learned nothing? Do they just want to keep voting in bad, leaders? They seem really bad at this.
They have an extreme guilt regarding the Second World War, and for some reason, the UK also seems to have some kind of guilt. Hence our problems at the moment.
Yeah, I'm really surprised you guys still haven't done Brexit, because I know, isn't Italy next? They want to leave too, and so does a lot of other countries once you guys finally leave.
What's that again? Sorry, I didn't hear that properly.
Oh, from what I understand, other countries like Italy want to leave as soon as Brexit finally happens and you guys leave. They're just waiting for you guys.
I pretty much, I think as soon as we leave, if we leave, bearing in mind there's a growing movement in this country that's anti-Brexit that wants to sort of go back on the vote. But if we do leave, I think that we will set the bar and we'll soon maybe get a Spexit, which I've seen today on Twitter. So Spain wanting to leave, that could be a thing very soon. We've got Italexit as well. They've just voted in a new conservative government that's anti-EU. And hopefully one day we'll even get a Grexit. That'd be pretty good.
Well, I know because I have a lot of my artists and my animator, my main ones are in Italy. It's interesting there from what they've told me, especially my artist, because he doesn't really hide anything. I can definitely see not only them wanting to leave, but also wanting to throw the Pope out, which is what I'm waiting for. They're not big fans of the crap he's been saying, from what I understand.
Well, he's very progressive, isn't he? He says some very
he says a
odd
lot
things.
of weird things about the Bible too.
He'll die soon anyway, and then
they're gonna be like, all right, we never bring in Spanish. We learn no more Spanish popes. No.
We need a British pope with a lot of aggression about him.
Or like a Scottish one that just won't stop cursing.
No one will be able to. I'll be able to understand it, but no one else will. $15 from Rothvik. Thank you so much, mate. Germany feeling guilty over World War II is funny considering they committed far worse war crimes in World War I, and that wasn't even against the Jews. Thank you so much.
Hey, the Jews are over the World War II thing. Just man the fuck up, Germany. I can tell you, my family was killed off mostly in World War II in a concentration camp. Man the fuck up, Germany, and stop it.
It really irritates me when someone like the Pope tries to interfere with politics.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff the Pope's been saying, and I'm just like, yeah, now I'm starting to see why they want the Vatican out of Italy. I'm really starting to see that.
Yeah, it's that they should not be getting involved.
No, but
it makes me worry. It makes me worry. It makes me wonder whether they want to try to go back to the olden days when the Pope was like the most powerful man in the world. You know, well, I'd hate to get back to that.
Well, the thing is, especially with Italy, even though the Pope isn't supposed to have any political power, he kind of has a lot of political sway. so a lot of the government won't do anything unless the Pope okays it. So that's the kind of why he says the shit he does, is because, oh look, I have political power in this country, I want to have political power in every country.
Yeah, the papacy, I don't want them having any kind of power ever again, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I realize that Vatican City is technically its own country, it's a state. But yeah, I'd like to see it all come crumbling down just like the EU. I want to see that completely. It's a wasteful, disgusting organization that should be wiped off the face of the earth.
I understand the need for religion, I do. It's just that when religion gets that big and that corrupt, it needs to be looked at. And the problem, especially with Italy, even though technically, you know, they're supposed to be able to say certain things and stuff, they don't and they can't.
Yeah.
They even have to be careful what they say online.
Oh, I have to be careful what I say online as well.
So when are the cops going to be beating down your door?
You know what? After releasing my most recent video, which was about Islam in the UK, I was really expecting a knock at the door within the first 12 hours of that being out. But no, I've had nothing yet. And another $5 that are being so generous tonight, Rothvik. Thank you so much. Send the Vatican into the Middle East. Maybe it will buy us some time against the Islamic war machine. Thank you so much.
Oh, that'll end well. You know what? I actually kind of want to see how that would happen. I'm
Catholics
totally
versus
okay with
Muslims.
this. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
Catholics versus Wahhabists.
This time, let's just keep the Jews out of it, please.
If we could. If we could.
Free speech is dead in the UK, says Nick from my Twitch.
Well, here's the thing with the United Kingdom. We actually do have a law that is there to protect free speech and freedom of expression. But hate incident law overrides it. It supersedes it for some gay fucking reason. And it's even worse in Scotland for some reason as well, as you would have known about Count Dankula and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. If you have a pug, you're going to jail.
Yeah, luckily I've got a stug. It's a half staffy, half pug, so I think I've been trying to make it do Hitler salutes.
It just looks at you like, see, you have to get a Dachshund. They're German. They'll immediately go, when I say, Miko, Sig Heil, Miko, stop that.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if Steve Shives was the leader of the world. Fuck that.
Oh my gosh. That would be the most insanely entertaining thing, because I'm pretty sure he would have hung himself within 2 seconds.
I don't know. I honestly think that he would kill all of the YouTubers that he doesn't like first.
He would probably also try to fire all the cops because they're all racist according to him, so he wouldn't have anyone to go arrest the YouTubers?
No, I think he'd just try straight up to kill us. Like, he'd create some kind of SS, but all black, disabled, trans people to go out and hunt down YouTubers.
So all we have to do is make sure there's no real wheelchair ramps? We'd be fine. We'll just stand up the stairs. We'll be good.
Cerilius Crow is calling for the execution of Bering. That's fine, as long as I get his subs, I don't care.
I'll check the Discord in a minute, Lord. Oh, they've already sent SWAT to your door. You better start running.
I've got nowhere to run. It's fine. It's fine. In terms of gaming content, it is something I technically have done. I've done a couple of Warframe live streams on this channel. I streamed myself playing Outlast on my second channel. Lasted 30 minutes. I'm one of these people who you can scare really easily.
Oh, so you're like one of my co-hosts. When he played that, he got so scared he yelled, nigga. And I just stopped, like I was recording with him, and I went, did you just yell nigga? Shut up! No, I didn't. What? End of episode. Yeah, it's there. You guys can find it too. It was the funniest thing ever. I'm like, how does a guy jumping out make you yell black people?
You don't understand with me. My missus will be stood next to me, and she can jump scare me when she stood in front of me. That's how easy it is to jump scare me.
Resident Evil 7.
No, look, I can't deal with things like that. I just can't do it.
See, I love horror games. Absolutely adore them. I very rarely get scared.
I can deal with Dying Light, no problem. But you try and get me to play fucking Outlast. No.
It's just because of the stuff jumping at you?
Yeah, because, like, you know, you can't fight back. All you've got is a shitty little camera that runs out of batteries every 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's why I can't stand Outlast or one or two of the Silent Hill games. It's an interesting mechanic if done well, but it does get annoying very fast, so usually shorter games that do it work a lot better.
Exactly. I'd prefer to be able to fight. If I could fight back, I would play it.
Oh, I think we should get you to play Silent Hill too. I think you'd have a lot of fun with that one.
Maybe, maybe. But yeah, I'm never playing Outlast again. I realize people got a good laugh out of me shitting myself live on stream, screaming like a fucking baby. Uh, I'm surprised I didn't shout more funnier terms because I taught myself to. I got this really bad ear infection once, and it was every couple of minutes I get a sudden shock of pain in my ear, and it'd be really, really fucking painful. And because I was out in public a lot, I would have to change the swear words to other things. So you got me walking down the street screaming Winnie the Pooh, for example.
I was gonna ask if you yelled Jimmy Cricket. I used to have to do that when I couldn't curse.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't scream anything like that, but no, so I was just going, ah, fuck you now.
See, now I've got to go check out that video.
Yes, it's 30 minutes long. I even had to get one of my YouTube buddies to be in Discord with me, talking to me, because I can't deal with shit like that.
Well, if you ever do a horror game again, I'll join you. I think it's fun. But again, I'm the type that I don't yell, which tends to piss people off. I get very quiet, and people are like, "You're supposed to be yelling." I don't yell. I don't need to yell. I do that enough for voice acting.
Have I?
What?
That doesn't matter. Mr. Monkey Lynn says, I bet in Outlast your guy passes by improvised weapons everywhere, but he's not allowed to pick them up. I know, that's the first thing I said. I went, look, there's a fire extinguisher right there.
Oh yeah, it's the second one is even worse because you're running right past like pickaxes and stuff like that, and your character's like, I can't use that. I'm like, are you retarded?
Yeah.
Pick the damn thing up and get him in the head. You'll be fine.
See, that's why I love the game Manhunt.
Oh, that is so fun.
Manhunt was so good.
Do you have the PC version?
Nah, I had it on PS2. I think I've still got a PS2 copy somewhere, actually, of the first one. It's funny as well because Americans got the uncensored version of the second one, but we had to get the shitty fucking censored version. Gay as fuck. $10 from Rofik. You guys should just move to Texas. It's probably the safest place in the world from SJWs like Steve Chives. Thank you so much.
Actually, Texas is getting very SJW. Come over to Florida. We don't give a shit. They have freaking the flags all around
I've
here.
seen Florida, man, okay? I know. I've been to Florida myself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The first Floridian I met was a homeless U.S. Marine, right, who freaked me out a little bit.
Yep, that sounds about right for Florida.
Yeah, he comes up to us and he's like, yo, you see this tattoo? You know, because he's seen us walking off of our ship. And he goes, yes, we see your tattoo, sir. And he goes, you know what it stands for? And one of my mates went, oh, United States Marine Corps. And he turned his head to one side and went, like that. And we were like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, the Marines do that. It's, Hah!
I realize I'm all for that militaristic pride. I'm all for it. I was in the Navy. I completely fucking get it. But that was like the first like American that I got to meet. The second one was a Hispanic guy who wondered why I was walking with 3 white people.
Were you in Miami?
I was in Miami.
That would explain it. You got to deal with Cubans. Congratulations.
He was like, why are there 4 white guys and a fucking Cuban?
Yep, you were in Miami.
Yeah, and then I got ripped to shreds by a comedian in Manhattan as well. Calling me fucking Mexican. He was like, where are you from? I'm like, England. He's like, yeah, I know where you're from, but where are you really from?
Yep.
Fucking Americans and your race.
Oh yeah, my dad is Puerto Rican and Spaniard, and I always get called Mexican. Always. I've always been, ever since we moved to Florida, always been called Mexican. I'm like, I'm not Mexican. I'm Spaniard. That doesn't exist. You're Mexican. How the fuck you Mexicans even getting here? We're not in Texas. Yo, man, we got on the boat. What? How? Okay. Oh, it's amazing how many freaking Mexicans we have here. I'm amazed by it. I'm like, where are the Cubans? They're all in Miami, SA. God damn it, I came to the wrong place.
Trups, there's nothing wrong with Cubans. It's just that I'm not Cuban. I realize I can pass off as many, many races around the world. I've been confused for many Middle Eastern countries,
Yeah, I was gonna say
many
I
North
read
African
that
countries.
comment thing.
Oh, I wasn't happy. You know, every fucking country we went to in the Navy, my friends would get asked where they were from, and then I'd get asked where I was fucking from. I had it in Chile. I had it in Brazil. You know, I had it in America. I had it in Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry, I can't help myself. I've had it. I had it in Turkey. I had it at my local fucking barbers.
That's when you just start fucking with people and you just say you're from all these different places that you wouldn't look like you're from. I'm from Scotland. What? I'm from Ireland. How? I'm from Germany. Oh no, that one makes sense.
Well, maybe. Purity said, why don't you tell us about your second channel, which you're currently trying to grow at the moment?
My second channel is called Chaotic Stories. It's where I put artwork that are usually requested by the fans that my artist draws. It's where I do readings of stories and things like that, and where the motion comic for my newest comic will be debuting. I want to say at the end of this year because we're just waiting for it to be finished because it's just two of us working on a project that should technically have 5 people.
Mm.
So it's a lot of work. My artist hates me.
$5 from Rofik. I was not aware Texas is becoming SJW. I must have my nose in my work far too much.
Well,
Also,
apparently it depends on what part of Texas, because I've heard Austin and Dallas are the worst, and Houston's pretty bad, because when my friends from Texas came here to visit last year, they saw a guy driving with the Confederate flag, which is pretty normal because I live near a farming area, and they were freaking out going, "Oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever!" I'm like, "You're from the fucking Texas. How are you surprised by this? We're not allowed to have that in Texas." Really?
that's some bullshit.
I'm like, that's everywhere here. People have it on their houses. It's common here.
I think it's big cities, isn't it? Just like Jimmy Hall says in the chat.
Yep, big cities. And luckily I live in a city that wants to be a big city, but too many farming places.
Yeah. I know what you mean. So like what are you kind of like looking to do with your main channel in like the next 6 months or so?
I'm probably still going to continue doing games and things like that. And mostly just because I'm also working very heavily on the comic book, I can't do as much as I'd like to do with the main channel other than spend most of the week filming adult videos for everyone and then trying to get 2 or 3 streams in. I'd really like to get more streams in, which I'm hoping to do when my new computer arrives, but unfortunately more or less working on comics, because even just as a writer, I'm almost always busy okaying scripts and changes to the scripts, because the artist must always change the script. Always.
So that's pretty cool that you like you write comics. Do you draw for them as well?
I used to be an artist. I unfortunately lost my ability to draw after an accident, so my brain kind of shifted to writing, and people started enjoying my writing, so I went from having an internship at Pixar to writing stories.
That's fucking awesome.
And we want to hopefully be able to do it if the comic gets big enough and the animations get big enough, where we're going to let fans write stories and we're going to make them into comics or short animations, you know, to help writers that don't normally get a chance maybe get out there. Because unfortunately, a lot of the big companies don't give new people a chance, and having dealt with those companies myself, I don't think it's very fair. I'd love to be able to do it to eventually I have an indie group where we can give people a chance that wouldn't normally have one.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm surprised you're not have you ever been tempted to like talk about the SJW invasion into the comic industry?
I've wanted to. Unfortunately, I'm too small. No one would really care, and I basically just shitpost them on Twitter anyway, to the point I'm probably blacklisted by a couple of companies. I've actually gotten in a fight with a comic writer, and I can't remember his name, but he told me I'd never be working at Marvel because of the way I act, and all I could say is, "Oh, thank God, I'll be working for a good company."
$5 from Rofik. San Antonio, Texas hasn't been affected yet. I see too many black and white people hanging out together, lol.
See, I have a friend that lives in San Antonio, and he said the same thing. So good to know. You used to work at Pixar. I was an animator at one point. When I was 15, I got an internship at Pixar. And then a friend of mine threw me off a 3-story building, and that kind of killed that. I can't draw, I can't hold a pen or a drawing thing anymore for very
You were
long.
thrown off a building?
Yes. When I was 15, I lived in an apartment building with a complete psychopath, and he brought me to the roof one day. And all I remember was standing on the top of the roof and then being on the ground going, how I get here? Why is there blood?
Okay, I hope he's arrested and in prison.
He didn't get arrested for that. He actually got arrested for lighting an elevator on fire where his special needs brother was in. So he was trying to kill his brother and set the entire apartment building on fire.
Fucking charming.
I still say he's a friend. Yeah, mostly because I don't have a good enough memory anymore due to the accident and the brain damage to remember what the hell the little bastard's name was. He did a couple of my other friends did actually try to drown him though. That was a good payoff. They did legitimately try to drown him.
Surprised you didn't try to shoot him. I mean, you guys have guns.
We didn't have guns at that point. My mom at the time, my mom tried to run him over.
Well, see, this is the problem with women driving.
We always miss.
Always miss. Except for that one woman who tried to prove God exists by putting her kids in her car and driving as fast as she could into a lamppost.
Oh, please tell me the kids were okay.
The kids were okay and taken off of her, and rightly so, and given to her the mother's parents, and she was promptly locked the fuck up. I believe she was a Floridian as well.
That would make a lot of sense. We, in my town, we actually recently, I think a year or two ago, had a dude get naked and start dancing on the top of a police car to the point even the cops were like, well, this is a thing that happens. It is not the weirdest thing they've had happen, trust me. My friend's a cop. She tells me stories. Also, if I mention, am I being detained, she keeps threatening to shoot me.
Oh. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sovereign citizens. They are apparently a nightmare for cops.
Oh, I've heard about those. I have heard about sovereign citizens. Mental, apparently.
Oh, yeah, apparently the stupid shit they say and they claim...
Like, they don't believe in the Constitution, do they? They believe in, like, the first laws that America had prior to the Constitution or something.
They don't even believe in those. They believe that we're all like, Mr. Medicers did a bunch of videos. Some of them believe we're seafaring vessels and that just our name has money and worth.
Yeah.
Which if it does, can I go buy a mansion? I'd really like one. You fell off a building. Yes, I fell off and I survived with a lot of brain damage.
They are a strange bunch. I think I met one once, or one that's very close. I was invited to go onto the Kumite to take criticism from Tonkasaw and Failure. And they both effectively challenged me to challenge somebody to do battle with. And I said, okay. And I sat there and I challenged anybody from his chat to come and have a go if they wanted to. And only one person did. And he was somebody who was quite close to being one of those sovereign citizen types. And he ended up having to steel man and play devil's advocate to argue against me because he didn't really disagree with what we were arguing about. But he was one of those people. I think he actually got in an argument with Metica actually on the next stream after that, because he's one of those people who thinks that they can walk into a military base filming stuff and have the right to do that.
Oh, that dude, that retard.
Yeah. I got to argue with him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did it hurt?
No, the fake argument was fine. He tried his best to play devil's advocate. It was fun. But I didn't know much about him until the day after, and I got to watch the Kumite and watch the type of person that he actually is. So Wolfgang with the $5. If Brexit doesn't go well, America could make the UK the 51st state. What do you think, Bear? You Brits could get a taste of some real freedom. Well, I appreciate the super chat and I appreciate the thought. But I would, as Sinatra brought up a great plan for the UK, seeing as Florida is such a dump, what we do is we get all of your 10 nuclear supercarriers to sail over here, grab the UK with like hundreds of thousands of hooks, drag it over to the US and drop it on Florida.
Okay, you keep saying Florida's that bad, and I'm not defending this state. I come from New York. I hate this state. Go look at California. They're worse than us now. They managed to make us look sane. We're just watching the stupid shit they're trying. They tried to make straws illegal.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can't say shit about Florida. At least we're smart enough not to try to make straws illegal because of a 10-year-old.
Although, I realize America can give the UK a lot of shit for a lot of things, and, that's fair enough. But you motherfuckers had to ban Kinder eggs.
They're no longer banned here.
I heard they've been unbanned now.
It was banned because of the idiot, and I think it was an uncle that tried to kill his nephew by putting razor blades in Halloween candy. It actually did happen. It's always happened, but it's been family members that have tried to kill other family members with candy. Stop fucking with candy, people. It's good. Leave it alone. Come on, let the toys be in it. Kids deserve it. If they swallow it, that's just, Darwin.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about stolen valor is the loser who claims to be the Navy SEAL. Oh, the guy who I was just talking about, the guy who tried to walk into military
leave him alone,
bases
guys.
with a
He
camera.
is a Navy SEAL in Call of Duty.
A Navy SEAL in Call of Duty.
Oh, when I had my little brother on, and he was Army. Somebody actually said in the chat, and they were serious, I understand how hard it is being in the military. I played Call of Duty. I've never seen him lose his shit so fast. I'm like, I'm going to step away and let this happen because I know if I don't, I'm just going to die laughing.
Well, I mean, they invited Foxy Veritas, who's a good friend of mine, and she's a current serving army soldier, I believe. I'm not sure what she does in the army, though. And she came on and tried to verify him. And I think they invited a Marine on as well to try to verify him. But I think they did verify him.
I don't remember the ending of it, but I remember it was so fucking, like, and I understand when you're put on the spot, you don't remember things. Fair enough, but that was really hard to listen to. I'm like, dude, if you're lying, just come on, just admit it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can prove my service right fucking now.
I was only in military school, so I'm not even going to pretend I was actually in the military. It's nowhere near.
Well, I've got pictures that I have put up on Twitter of when I was actually in the Navy, and there's like a picture of me sailing into New York, for example, and
How sad is it that you need to bring on actual soldiers to verify someone because there's so many people that pretend to be in the military?
It is pretty sad. It is pretty sad.
We've got Minuteman from my stream saying, here's a topic for you and Bear to discuss. The lesbian couple who adopted 6 black children were found guilty of child abuse and neglect, so they drove off a cliff with 3 of them. Really? That's what happened? They were found guilty of neglect? I was trying to find the rest of that story. Also, that's horrible.
Wait, so these bitches drove 3 of their adopted children off a cliff, so they're dead, yeah?
Yeah. Them and the children are dead, and there's 3 missing. They can't find 3 of them.
The fuck? So what, is there a discussion to be had about same-sex parenting?
Well, like, I don't think same-sex parenting is a bad thing. I think these people that only adopt, certain children to try to make a message and stuff like that, that's a problem, and that seems to be happening a lot lately. And again, nothing
designer
wrong with
babies in it, like what fucking what's her name? That big-lipped actress, I forget her name.
Angelina Jolie.
That's the one who just goes to Africa and steals, and Madonna going to Africa and just stealing children and shit.
Don't worry, Madonna was also a fucking high school. My mom went to high school with her. She was just as bad. I've seen her high school photos too. I'm like, damn, that is Madonna.
That's pretty fucked. Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Funny
yes.
fucker.
No, she's the next one off the cliff.
I have no problem with same-sex parenting. There was this TV program we had over here in the UK where they'd basically have these like really naughty kids, like really little shits of children, and they'd send them over to American families that were extremely strict. They'd send kids to like fucking like Amish parents and shit like that. But and they sent these 2 kids to these gay couple's house, and they were really fucking well-to-do, huge house, decent bit of land and stuff. And they did incredible things with both of those kids. Incredible things.
Yeah, one of my friends is both of his parents are gay, and they're really lovely people. It's these type of Minuteman saying, the two were very anti-cop SJW types that only wanted black kids but yet beat their black kids. Odd, huh?
So now we have to add an extra vetting process to the adoption agencies, in which they try to find out why they actually want those kids.
Yeah,
It's,
and
instead of just for fucking virtue signaling.
one of the problems with the adoption system here in America and just the system in general is they don't hire enough people to keep a track of the kids, and that's usually what happens. They fall through the cracks and stuff. It's horrible, and you can't blame a lot of the, and I forgot what they call them, the DCF people, because it's not their fault. You've got somebody, instead of hiring, let's say, 10 more people, to go and check on these children, they have, let's say, 5 people, and they give them each 50 cases, and they have to have these cases done by next week. They're not going to be able to do it.
Is it governmental?
Yeah, it's governmental, and it's all, they don't give the money to them that they need. And
Perfectly Fair
unfortunately, the
Delusions
kids
is
suffer
correct.
because of it.
Yeah, and Perfectly Fair Delusions in my chat is completely correct that SJWs will try to turn their adopted kids into trans kids too, and that.
That's just disgusting. I've seen so many.
It's not even
of
just
those.
adopted shit. Recently, there was a family in Northern Ireland who suddenly became convinced that their son was fucking trans just because he tried on a dress once. And his fucking uncle's like on YouTube, and the video's gone viral. He's crying and apologizing. Your kid isn't fucking trans. The kid can't tell if it's trans until it's a teenager.
Yeah, and I met these people in real life. I met these type of SJWs, and I've reported them to get their kids away. The thing is, it's a kid. Anyone that's had a kid, and I don't have a kid, unfortunately, or
I
thank
do.
God.
I have 2 of the little bastards.
Yeah, so it's a kid. They're gonna think I'm a boy, and the next day they're gonna say I'm a pony or I'm a dinosaur. They're children. They're creative. They're imaginative. They're not actually trans. They're just children. There's a
Like
reason
my son
you're not
yesterday
supposed to
my 5-year-old was trying to tell me that he's not a Nazi. I don't believe him.
Will you get him that little mustache?
Yeah, I'll get him a
Start
little
showing him Mel Brooks movies. That'll fix him right up.
Yeah, he's a little shit. And it's pretty fucked. So I remember, I think everybody made a response video to this. There was a woman, at least I think it was a woman, sat down with her kid and going, "You are trans though, aren't you? You are trans. You are trans, aren't you? Of course you're trans." To her son, I'm just like, oh my fucking God.
So much. That's just mental abuse, and that pisses me off. You should not have that kid, or you should be put into parenting classes.
These motherfuckers don't have no idea what HVT does to people's bodies.
Oh, they learn. What about wasn't there a kid that's been on those since he was like 6 or something, and now he's surprised his penis is so tiny to the point they can't do the surgery to make him a woman?
I believe there was a kid that was forced to start the transition, and then it found out that he's actually not trans, and it wants to revert. But guess what? He can't revert. Well, because he didn't go through puberty properly, so he's fucked.
Isn't it doctors have said that you shouldn't transition till you're at least 18 or 19 because then your brain's developed enough for you to know what you are or what you think you are?
I would imagine they probably did say that, but really it should be over the age of 25. Our brains don't truly develop until we're like around 25 or so. But yeah, it's I have a trans man brother. It's still hard for me to call him and use his pronouns and stuff. And I had to sit. He's like he's well beyond old enough to know. Although for the longest time I was convinced he was only doing it because of his multiple sclerosis. With having testosterone, tends to help with a lot of muscle problems and stuff. Oh, am I still there?
You're still here.
Oh, good. My YouTube just seemed to just die all of a sudden. I've reloaded it. There we go. And I had to sit down with him, explaining to him about male puberty, because as soon as you start transitioning, you start the opposite gender's fucking puberty cycle. Well, not the female one, but with the male one, you definitely do.
Well, I mean, if they're crying and just for no reason, they're hitting women's puberty. It's terrible.
Yeah, comms are good. Comms are good out. Yeah, I had to explain to him that male puberty is getting angry and getting really fucking horny. Like you just want to fuck everything, and you get really hungry as well. And trying to explain to him, it's like, yeah, well, your voice is going to get deeper. You're going to, it's fucked up because my brother's a lot older than me. It's just weird, very weird,
Well,
and they have to go through a lot of psychological stuff as well.
yeah, see, my big thing with it is because I just got a gastric sleeve surgery, and to do that, I had to talk to 3 different therapists before I can get this surgery, and that's just removing 80% of your stomach. You would think with transitioning, you would have to do something similar, and
Well,
I would be all
I
for
believe
that.
that they do. I believe that they do, but I don't know what the
Yeah,
what
but
they
it's
do
not
with children.
mandatory in a lot of places. That's the problem.
Over here in the UK, it is absolutely fucking mandatory because we have a National Health Service. So if you're going to transition through the NHS, you have to do it. And yes, if that's not the case in America, then it does need to be the case. You shouldn't be able to transition with
See,
that.
I had heard
Because in the
there that
UK,
it's not mandatory. So I'm hearing some different info. So
I believe that it is.
see, I do believe it should be because, and I know somebody who in the UK has transitioned and talked to a psychiatrist and all that, and I think a lot of the times, and I'm not besmirching anyone that really does transition and it really does help them mentally and stuff. I think the issue is a lot of them, there's an underlining problem they're not getting help for.
Mm. Well, this is it. The SJWs would have you believe that gender dysphoria is not a mental illness. It absolutely is a
Oh yeah.
fucking mental illness. In fact, it's one of the most debilitating of all mental illnesses. There is a reason why the transgender community has such an incredibly high suicide rate, 40%.
It's not
That's
that,
massive. That's massive.
it's just I couldn't imagine, and there's a running joke in my streams that I have a big dick, and I probably do have a male chemistry in my brain, but I couldn't imagine doing that kind of surgery and thinking becoming something else like male or whatever is going to fix everything. So if
Mm.
it does have, if somebody does it and it really does help them, it's amazing, but just there's a reason they're killing themselves, and SJWs are just like, no, they're not. They're amazing. They're not doing that.
Hold on a second. You know I'm streaming, don't ya? Why? There's a spider.
Oh, if you want to go take care of the big mean spider, I can keep them busy.
I'm just as scared. Oh, I'll just go kill it. Be back in a second.
Alrighty. Alright, guys, I'm back to control here.
Oh, look
Let's
at
hear the
that.
kids.
That's Gary.
Dysphoria is a
That's
high
it.
suicide rate because even post-surgery
Come give
and
it a
change,
kiss.
the dysphoria changes something else will always drive
give
them
this
crazy.
politics
Yes,
gone now.
yeah, no, I know.
It's on
Um,
the stairs.
It's
I can't
suicide.
stand
Problem
politics.
is,
It's under there now.
the human brain, as much as we understand about it, there's still a lot we don't understand, especially with mental illness and stuff. And it doesn't help that you have people like SJWs, at least in my opinion, that are pushing wrong information. I mean, isn't it most of the study that they use, the guy ended up killing himself? No males allowed. I'm fine with, I like guys.
It's not gonna
Leave
get
the
you.
men now. Look
Oh
at
my
me, leave
God.
the men now.
It's gone under the fucking
Um,
stairs, man. Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Did the spider die?
No, I just let it walk under the stairs.
Oh, good. He'll go and kill some bugs for you.
Yeah. Well, one of my cats will probably eat it, actually.
See, there you go.
Mm. So.
Persona 5 is on, as far as I know, PlayStation 4. That's where I at least stream it. And yes, I saw the question in my chat too. It's just taking me a little while, guys. See, now they're saying they'll light your house on fire to get rid of it. Guys, don't light Bear's house on fire. Then we have to buy him a new one, and then he's gonna have a better house. And now then we're gonna want a better house, and we're not going into communism here. No.
No. We'll build our own YouTuber community, if you like. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll call it the spider killing community. Oh no, wait, that's probably a thing. Nobody look that up, please.
Oh. Type Rule 34 on the end of it. See what you get.
Please don't.
Oh dear. It wasn't a big spider. It was only a little one. It wasn't tiny, but it was, it was quite small.
He was just a spider, bro. He was just looking for bugs to kill to help you out.
Yeah.
Oh, the Channel Awesome document? They're asking if you've heard about that.
I've heard that it's going down the shitter very quickly,
Yeah, from what
but
I
I don't know
understand.
what's going on.
There's a 5-hour stream where somebody read the entirety of the documents, and some of the issues are just, it sounds like spoiled children complaining, but there sounds like there's a lot of underlining issues that's a major problem that Channel Awesome ignored, which doesn't surprise me. I've seen it before.
Yeah. Is it something to do with Reddit or something?
I'm not sure. I found it because of Medicare.
Yeah, so did I. That guy with the glasses series, but I can't remember a lot that happened.
It it's mostly, I think a lot of it is one of their producers is completely inept and they didn't ever do anything about that because he wasn't doing his job, and they just treated other creators like shit, which is another
Mm.
issue. If you're going to do that, don't run a group that involves other creators. They're asking if it was a big tarantula. I think we'd be hearing him running and screaming if it was a tarantula.
If it was a tarantula, I would have got the bit of wood that I have in my office and I'd be beating it to death right now, or at least trying.
As it climbs up there and goes, "Hi, I'm yours now."
I'm gonna punch it square in the fucking face. I can't stand creepy crawlies, lizards, anything disgusting.
See, I like lizards. I do animal rescue, so surprisingly we've had to do lizards and stuff, which is always funny when we get called in for for like a little itty bitty lizard. And I'm like, really? You can just open the door and it'll go out. You didn't have to call us halfway across town.
Amphibians, all insects, all lizards, get the fuck out.
Well, what about little fishies?
Nah, fish are alright. They're not bad. They're not bad.
Do you know
I don't know.
AP and Ghastly? I don't. I'm sorry.
You don't know AP and Ghastly?
No.
They could probably help you out with your animation.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm always
Mm.
looking for new animators. I'd love to do an animated intro. Unfortunately, my normal animator is busy with a project, and then he'll be fully animating the Forgotten Tune, which everyone should check out, and that's going to take at least a year's work. So it's a lot of work for us.
I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, you should also reach out to Free Press. You know who Free Press, formerly known as Free Press Kekistan, now known as Free Press of Gulf City.
I've seen the name, but I never really looked into him. I'm so
Yeah,
terrible. I barely look into other YouTubers unless I've watched them for a while.
yeah, yeah.
Like, my fans
He
have to
doesn't make
introduce
regular
me to them.
content. He doesn't make regular content. He tends to act as like a kind of support role. He created a lot of stuff for me. Like if you look at my channel right now, he's the one who created the animated like Darth Vader version of my character. He's the one who created all the visuals. When you see my newer videos, he's the one who created all the visuals for that.
I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, he does animation and stuff like that as well. I know that he is busy as fuck with projects at the moment, but it might be worth sort of
Yeah, I think
networking.
with summer coming, a lot of animators are really busy because of YouTubers wanting stuff, and because summer is one of the biggest times.
Mm. I think animators need a lot of support from much larger creators.
Yeah, and unfortunately, animators get shit on because people seem to think, oh, you do animation 1, 2, 3. Someone that worked in animation, every time I hear that, I want to snap someone's neck.
Yeah, I can personally vouch for animators. I tried to use Blender once.
Oh, God. You dumb
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well for me. Uh,
Try having to do animation of cell frames with only something like Camtasia and not an actual animation program. We had to do one for one of our animations, and because my animator wasn't busy, my artist and I had to do it, and I had to use Camtasia. It took almost 12 months to do like maybe a
mm,
4-minute video,
that's fucking
and it
ridiculous.
still looked terrible because we had only limited frames.
I tried doing it with paint once,
Are you
wh-
insane?
where I kept trying to draw this exact same scene over and over again with slight differences.
Honey, Photoshop. We will teach you Photoshop.
I spent 8 hours for a 4 second scene.
Oh my. I want to see that now.
Yeah, I don't have it. It's wiped off the face of the earth now.
Oh yeah, I hate Blender.
Yeah, I realize the sheer amount of work that must go into it. You know, you've got to write a story, you need to voice act, you need to do all of the animation design of characters,
See, this is
then
when
and
you
then put it all
hire
together.
voice actors. Like, we got John St. John, and Disney still didn't like our animation.
I'll do some voice acting for you if you like. I
Yeah,
could do voices and stuff.
when later on this year when we get to actually do some more projects, I'd love that, especially for the motion comic. We may be bringing in some voices. Again, I can't promise when anything is gonna be, but I love having different voices and stuff like that come in.
Yeah, I can do different voices and stuff and different accents and whatnot. So
Does Bear have British teeth? Why do you
I
ask that, Viking?
I would say no, but if you want to see my teeth, go watch my latest video on Irate Alex. I made a reaction video to Japanese commercials.
Oh, I saw that. That was funny.
Yeah. Do you think I have British teeth? Because I did
No,
smile. What
you
a
seem
nice
fine.
big... Yeah. I don't have the best teeth in the world. Because I need to get my wisdom teeth out.
Ooh, I've got
Is
one. I
that...
had to get one of mine out. I haven't gotten the other one out because they decided to
Mhm.
do an infected one while I was still awake, and they're like, "How do you feel? Like fucking killing someone?" And they're like, "We're
Yeah.
gonna do the other one while you're awake." The hell you are.
Yeah, I've never been put to sleep in the dentist chair. They've always just tried to numb areas for me.
And it
And it's
never works.
yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. And then they've got the pliers in my mouth,
Ooh.
grabbed a tooth and then ripped it out.
Well,
I had to have loads of teeth out before I had braces as a teenager. I just lay there and take it.
oh, that's the one thing that makes me cringe is anything that has to do with like teeth or the jaw because of my voice acting.
So I remember when they were like, right, we're going to stick this giant needle in your gum.
I know they had to do 5 of them for me, and
It doesn't hurt though.
Oh, it did for me. I felt
I
everything.
didn't experience any pain. It just felt like somebody pushing really hard on my mouth.
Oh, I felt it, but then again, they did it with an infected tooth, like it was like completely infected, so I felt every bit of that. And then they were starting to mess with another tooth, so I had to hear the scraping.
Yeah.
And I nearly broke the nurse's hand because I kept squeezing it.
Oh dear.
They're saying, okay, what was your last comment to him? Oh, they're saying, Irate Bear, look up clock spider. Don't look it up.
I'm not going to.
Stop being mean, everyone.
It's fine. I get worse from my own subscribers. Is there anything else you kind of wanted to touch on?
No, I'm good just shit talking. I'm having fun.
Oh, good. In terms of content, I suppose I could bring back Geek Platoon.
Do it.
I don't know. I have enough shit to fucking work on at the moment. I don't know. The thing is, I'm at a period in my life where I'm trying to change my attitude to it. Have a give me a text when you get to work, woman.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No.
See you later. Bye. Yeah. I've been in deep conversations with a few of my closest, nearest, and dearest YouTube friends, and I've been trying to change my attitude towards life and how I do everything, because the mental health in my life hasn't been great in the last couple of weeks. So I am trying to look at things very differently. And now that I'm trying to force this new attitude upon myself, I'm kind of in a position where I just don't know what to do with my main channel anymore.
Well, I don't think forcing a different attitude is a good thing. Maybe have you gone and done like maybe a little bit of running to clear your head and think? I know it sounds really generic, but I had to start doing that, after my surgery, and it actually
I did that
really
yesterday,
helped.
funnily enough. I did that yesterday.
How'd it make you feel?
I felt kind of good. I felt kind of good afterwards. I was running with my dog and stuff. It was a good bit of fun. Took the family with me as well. They were just walking whilst I sort of sprinted ahead. Surprised I managed to get as far as I did without, passing out. I've not done fitness in a long time. But now I don't really know what to do with Irate Bear anymore.
Well, you can always do a poll or ask your fans that are here what would they like to see. They could give you some ideas.
Well, I've tried that stuff before. It's never really panned out the way I'd hoped that it had. You see, the thing is, I've been kind of like not been me the last couple of months in terms of content. I've been very, very serious. That's not in my nature. I'm a fucking degenerate. Like, you know, it's, I think the reason why people subscribed to me in the first place was because I took the piss out of people and I laugh hysterically at idiots. I think that's why people came to me in the first place. And I haven't done something like that in quite some time. But the thing is that our corner of YouTube has changed.
Yeah,
doing response videos just isn't that viable anymore.
Well then, why don't just do one or two just for the fun of it? Just have a laugh.
Oh no, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's that I can't.
Yeah, because you won't make any money off it.
No, it's not that either. There's no targets anymore. We defeated them on YouTube.
Well then, there's got to be some. Well, you guys always look at feminists and SJWs. Have you tried? And I know, like, is it Sargon that goes after the right, quote unquote, right wingers?
No, Sargon doesn't go after the alt-right. He has fired a few shots in the last couple of months, but he tends to focus on mainstream feminism because it's still a threat in mainstream society. Whereas on we smashed it on YouTube. We defeated it on YouTube. You know, if you type feminism into YouTube right now, you'll be presented with a wall of anti-feminist content. Yeah. We smashed the shit out of them. Whereas, you know, finding content to make response videos to and just rip the piss out of was a lot easier when I first started. It's not that you can't do that anymore. So you have to kind of look to the mainstream, but it's mainly articles, you know, and articles are boring.
So, yeah, and I understand it's hard to figure out what to do now because, again, it's going to be a while before the whole market, quote unquote, for this kind of material goes, you know, kind of cools down to where you can do it again. You can just find videos on, like what you did with the Japanese commercials thing. Why not do something with just silly YouTube videos that are just completely asinine and just laugh at those?
But that's what Irate Alex is for.
Well, for the main channel, I mean... Oh, there you go. You can be Dr. Phil. You can just talk about other people's problems. We're here with Dr. Irate Bear. He's going to be helping you with your problems today.
That sounded way sexier than it probably should have.
It was supposed to be my professional voice. I mean, I, like, totally could have done this. Oh, my God, he's going to see you now.
That's
One
not
moment,
sexy.
please.
That's not sexy.
Well, it's not supposed to, and yet people still think it is, and I'm like, what is wrong with
Valley
you?
girl accents aren't sexy.
There are people...
Like, oh my God, you know, like totally.
Oh, no, I actually get people that want me to do sound clips for them. Like, oh my God, you're such a dirty boy. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, how do you find that sexy? And then I have other ones that are like, oh, you dirty boy, do you want me to spank your booty?
See, that sounds better.
Yeah, you would be amazed. Darling, people get off to this voice, and I still haven't figured it out.
The next the next 6 minutes, not the next 6 live streams. Never assume you have defeated people like... Yeah, but fuck them. Like, they do I physically feel ill when I have to deal with the brain trust. You know, I can't deal with Fisty and crew and shit like that.
I got blocked by Fisty on Twitter.
Yeah, she blocked my ass fucking ages ago. Really annoying, actually, that she blocked me.
The way she talks, like, every time I hear it, I'm like, I want to hit her. I can't stand the way she talks. She's such a condescending bitch. It drives me nuts. I hate
so smug.
Like that.
Her demeanor is incredibly smug. And everybody calls me a fence sitter, right? But I'm not a fucking fence sitter. No matter what every other fucker says about me, I'm not a fence sitter. I tend to create my arguments from the pragmatic point of view that I would try to apply in my own country.
Yeah,
I have
but
hard
how dare
stances.
you do that? You have to have you have to be one thing or the other.
Yeah, well, that's fucking retarded. Like, people just don't realize that life is about compromise and pragmatism. I make the arguments as if I was going to be a politician.
Yeah, but that would be making too much sense. Don't you know you have to lie and just agree with people?
Well, I'm not going to lie. It's not in my nature to do so. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm pro-life, but I understand that it just wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah, well, when that whole thing, and there's reasons that that has to be done.
Yeah, exactly. There's too many. It's not a black and white issue. Most issues aren't, and it's being able to look at it objectively and go right. So what we could do is reduce the cutoff date for to the first trimester, for example. I don't want it to be made illegal. I don't want it criminalized at the same time.
Because a lot worse is going to happen if you do.
Exactly, but I also want more education, and I want men to be able to have a say as well. So that I make the argument from the point of, if I was a politician, this is what I would say.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I actually agree with that. Now, when it comes to that kind of thing, I'm the type, and somebody said it in the chat, rape, too young to be a mom, that kind of thing. There's a reason for that kind of thing, but people only look at it from one side. It's like with the death penalty. You're either 100% for the death penalty or 100% against. That's how people see it. And it's like, well, there's reasons for it. There's reasons against it. There are people who have been innocently killed that shouldn't have been. And there have been people that really do need to be put down.
Yeah, I'm pro-death penalty, but I can completely understand the opposing arguments.
Like, we had to specifically make a rule, thanks to Texas, and Texas is the only one that doesn't follow this, where you can't do the death penalty to the mentally incapable. I'm going to say it as retards. Because they seem to really like killing retards. Texas, you need to calm your shit with that.
So what in the chat says he's 100% in favor. Prison is too expensive. Actually, it costs the state a lot more to put someone to death.
Yep.
A lot more. The actual act of putting someone to death, it's only $200. But the actually having someone on death row and all the appeal process, all of their rights, actually building up to it, and the actual execution itself, very expensive. In fact, I think it cost the state around $2 million to put one person to death. Something like that. It's actually a lot cheaper to have someone as a prisoner, especially in a private prison where you can put the fucker to work.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think prison, and unfortunately I understand a lot of people can't be changed, or I know there's a better way. Reformed is a better word. I think they should offer more ways to try to teach prisoners, especially children, because there's a lot of those, better jobs and things like that, and maybe help them get a job when they get out. And I know some prisons do this, and I do understand that. And I also know that those that are, killers and stuff, they may not be able to be reformed. It's hard to be able to tell who can and who can't. So with every argument, with prison and all that, there's a good and bad. It's very hard to get that balance. And if you don't get that balance, which I don't think anybody ever will, everyone's just going to bitch.
That's the thing with reformation with people as well, because it would look like favoritism if you took a totalitarian view of reformation, because we understand that some people just can't be, and a lot of those people that can't be reformed are like gangbangers, for example. Who were in a gang from the age of like 6 or something stupid like that. I'm not saying that they're not all, hashtag not all, but it wouldn't look very good on the state for them to be like, right, you're kind of deciding who gets to be reformed and who isn't.
Yeah, and another problem is, look at our society, and I'm not using any color, I'm not saying any color, but there are certain groups who glorify violence and gangs and things like that, and then they complain that they can't get a job and stuff like that, and they can't understand why the media makes them look the way they do. And it's like, you might want to look at the way your own communities are representing you. And again, it's not all, but unfortunately, with, I'm going to say it, rap and stuff like that, for the last few years, well, I want to say since the late 90s, what has rap basically been about?
Well, when I was a kid, it was gangster rap.
Well, I remember stuff like, oh yeah, gangster rap, and I remember like Will Smith and stuff like that, where it wasn't anything really dirty. And it's like, especially now, it's like gang banging, shooting them chicks, getting them money, things like that. And what do kids want to do? They want to be like these rappers. They want to be like this person that they see on TV, or this person. And it doesn't help, because you're just I want to be in a gang because my favorite singer or my favorite this and that, they're in a gang and they're totally kick ass. Hell, I went to military school, a school you had to be accepted into. And I went to class with a girl who said she wanted to drop out and have kids like her mother and just live on welfare.
Yeah, I knew a few girls when I was a kid that basically just wanted to go get pregnant, and then because especially when I was a kid, because the Labour government was still in power around then, it was a lot easier for teenage mums, especially teenage mums, to get given a house. And then they would be put on about 25 grand's worth of welfare benefits.
It's insane. Which military? I'm not gonna say which military school. But it's insane. And I understand if something happens and you have a kid and you're struggling to work and stuff like that. Yes, you should get help, but you have to show that you work. I am not saying what color the girl was. You can guess that one on your own. No, but
Stop inciting racial hatred on my Christian channel, please.
shh. But I believe that benefits should be given to those parents that are actually really trying, especially single parents that are actually trying, that are actually out there working and stuff. But if you're sitting at home and you're not doing anything, I'm sorry, go get a fucking job. I know it's terrible.
Gunfox has been pestering me to look at some articles. But this isn't an article stream, mate. Where this is me having a nice conversation with Purity Sin. But I will definitely take a look at all these articles afterwards, after the live stream, mate, because I'm going to be ending soon anyway, and I'm starving because I'm really really hungry.
It was a high school. I went to a military academy high school, and a lot of people that I were friends with were like, "Oh, what did you do to get sent there?" I chose it. Oh no, she was Scion. Her color was Scion.
It's funny you say that, because over here there are two types of boarding schools you can get sent to. One is prestige, and one is you're a naughty little fucker. And my trans man brother actually got sent to there at one of those naughty little fucker schools when he was a she.
And now you know why it's a he.
And now it's a he. I find that difficult to explain to people. I really do. Thank you, Hexagonal. I'll take a look at the data after the live stream finishes. I do want to end it soon because I am Hank Marvin, mate. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Purity Sin?
No. Maybe we could do a stream another time because this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you did have fun. I think I noticed a few conservative views of yours as well.
I'm a little bit in the middle, honestly. I guess as you get older, you tend to go, I guess, a little more conservative.
Yeah.
What's that saying?
I definitely detect a few conservative ideals about you, which is a good thing, in my opinion.
I would hope so. I'm the type that, as a former artist, I believe it's not porn, it's art for a lot of things. So, do you know Failure Terminated? No, I've not heard of him.
Failure Accomplished, Failure Terminated. He goes by many names. He's had a lot of channels flagged down in the past.
It's weird. There's only you can see all the YouTubers I'm subbed to. I don't watch half of them, which is terrible, but I just never have time, especially now because of my surgery. I have to be out a lot exercising, so I don't get to really watch a lot of YouTube.
I find that as a creator, it's hard to keep up with
Yeah,
content, especially to the people that you sub to.
like a lot of people expect me to be big into other Let's Players, and there's only a few that I actually watch.
Yeah, I don't watch any.
Oh, Failure is Tonka's YouTube agent. Okay, yeah, I've heard Failure before. I didn't know that was his whole name. I've heard him when I watch, because I watch with a couple of my co-hosts. We watch the whole Blood Sports thing
Yeah.
at night when I'm editing. And yeah, okay, I've heard him. Again, I'm still kind of new to all this.
Okay, fair enough. I'm definitely going to take a closer interest in your type of content anyway.
Yeah, and you're always welcome to come play with us. We're going to be, especially starting next month when my new computer arrives, we're going to be doing a lot of co-op stuff, and we'll be running a server, so you're always welcome to come play. We'll be doing stuff like Killing Floor, which I think you'll have a lot of fun with.
I actually have. I was gifted Killing Floor recently. I'm Killing Floor 2. I think I was
Yes.
gifted.
You gotta come play with us.
Uh,
It's so stupid fun.
Hold on a second. Let me just make sure it is that one. Doobie 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 doobie
Oh,
doo.
I'm glad I got a subscriber.
Ah,
Thank you guys. And
Killing Floor 2.
yeah, definitely. You can come play that with us. We do stuff like Don't Starve together. We do a lot of really silly stuff. We usually do, we also do Bloodborne, but that usually just ends up us yelling at one of our other co-hosts. Where the hell is he?
Do you play 7 Days?
I have it, but I can't play it till the new computer arrives. Unfortunately, the computer I have right now is dying, so I
Hmm.
kind of got forced into getting credit and getting a new computer. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to upload anymore.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have this rule with 7 Days to Die because all of my closest like mates who I talk to every day on Discord and stuff, people like Ranting Monkey, um, he's like, come play 7 Days with us. And I'm like, only if I get a chainsaw.
Oh, no,
He's
no,
like,
no.
what?
I'm
He's
stealing all
like,
the melee weapons. They're mine.
no. I am the lumberjack in 7 Days to Die, right?
So
It's
you're
the only
Canadian.
way. It's the only, I guess, it's the only way to keep me entertained because I'm ADD as fuck. And 7 Days, especially in the first 7 days, bores me to death. Um, I need constant action in my games. For the most part, anyway. It depends unless it's like an RPG that's really interesting.
So we
Um,
got to get you into Killing Floor 2, and we've got to have you be the brawler, like me.
yes, that's my. I'm the tank in
You get to run
games.
around with a sword and shield and just smack things.
Yeah, that's why I love Warframe so much. I'm the get in your face and beat you to death kind of guy.
Oh, we should do the forest sometime. That is the most fun when you have a group of people.
Yeah.
Yep, because you have to try to survive and you have to make your weapons, and it's just you could just knock people off cliffs. You can just be complete dicks and knock people off cliffs. We might have done that once or twice. Hey, look, I built the thing right off. Oh,
Off you
fine.
go. Sophisticated Crocodile, who is also ADHD in the chair, is like, caffeine, use it, you motherfucker. Yeah, look, all I've got is Lucozade at the minute, mate, right? I did have a can of Relentless the other day, and that kind of felt good. But I'm going to see the doctor in the hopes that I can get some Ritalin, because I've heard that Adderall has extremely bad side effects.
Adderall will make you feel terrible. Trust me,
Yeah,
I'm ADHD.
yeah.
It's, I don't take any more medicine anymore. That's why I'm
Yeah, I
weird.
heard Ritalin is much, much better.
I took it when I was younger. I do know if you take it, you can't go into the military. They won't let you go in the military
Okay.
after you've taken it.
I think I've already served 5 years.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah. Which is odd, really, because that shit's supposed to help you focus. So you
Yeah,
think
but
the
it also
military would
fucks up
want a
your
high strung
metabolism.
fucking... Oh, yeah, but yeah, it fucks with your... I could do with some weight loss.
Well, yeah, but when you it's fine when you're on it because, it's basically speed. That's what it is. But when you get off it, your metabolism is forever fucked and you will gain a ton of weight. That's why I had to end up getting the surgery.
Ah, I see. I see.
Which, hey, 5 months and 90 pounds down.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't know what that is in stone, but it's good.
I would guess a
Let me
lot of
see.
stone.
14 pounds of stone. So what's that? 6, 7 stone? That's really fucking good.
Yeah, and I'm still losing. ADHD is fake mental issue. Fact. Sure it
Yeah,
is.
I am cancer 624 ends every sentence he says with fact. He speaks a lot of shit. Don't worry about him.
I
Quit your bitch. I don't have any caffeine, damn it. All I've got is Lucozade.
I'm not thick anymore. Well, I'm getting there. I just saw myself in a full-length mirror yesterday after not seeing myself since before the surgery, and I didn't even recognize myself. It
Are
was
you gonna face? Are
so
you gonna
weird.
face reveal?
I want to get my second surgery, which is getting rid of the flab, which I get at the end of the year once I'm fully healed. Then I want to do a
Mm.
face reveal. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to have scars and stuff on camera.
Okay, that's fair enough.
ADHD sounds like bullshit. It is bullshit. Trust me, it's a Jewish lie. Yes. Oy vey, you found us out. I'm gonna take the shekels and run.
I'm surprised there were no echo quotes around that. Jesus. Well, anyway, I think we'll actually end the live stream there because I'm Hank Marvin. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, Purity Sin. If you guys aren't subscribed to her, she has a great channel. She's linked in the description, and go follow her on Twitter. That's also linked in the description. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Is there anything you want to kind of end on?
Yeah, if you guys aren't subbed to Irate Bear, go and do it and go check out his Patreon or I'll be very mad at you and you don't want me mad at you.
I kind of feel like that they do.
I will whip you good, you bad, bad boys.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been the Irate Bear. You've been a bunch of bigots, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye, everyone. Alright, guys, I'm going to end my stream as well because I've got to go walk Miko and go do some work on my own. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you guys check out Irate Bear. Bye, everyone.
You better grab that tambourine, bring